Yeah. You good? Jason Herzog all over it, back underway. Just over 2 minutes to go, round one.
All right, we are live. It's one of our first YouTube lives here at Prediction Strike. We're watching UFC 282. Prelims are on right now. We got Chris Curtis facing off against Joaquin Buckley. This is a really, really interesting fight. Both these guys are really strong dudes, up and coming, good strikers, super good boxers. They have stock prices on Prediction Strike right at about $1.33 for Chris Curtis, and let's see Joaquin's. I'm gonna say Joaquin's is like $1.40. Ooh. Yeah, Joaquin Buckley is at $1.34 and Chris Curtis is at $1.33 for their stock prices. So they're both pretty affordable and they both have, I think, bright futures. My personal opinion, I think Chris Curtis has a little bit, I think he's got a little bit further he can go. I know Joaquin is probably technically a little bit younger, but Chris Curtis is really wise and he has a lot of experience in the game for how old he actually is. I think he's going to go further. That being said, Joaquin might just knock him out right now, and now we're going to do it. Let's see other fights we got happening tonight. It's like Edmund Shabazian versus Daicha Lungiambula. That is a name. Yeah, Curtis is looking crisp. They're both looking really competitive right now. Joaquin is swinging. Check. Is this microphone working? Check. Check. Yes, we are live. Yes, we're live. Let's see other fights. Yeah, we got Edmund Shabazian facing off Dalcha Lungiambula, Jairzinho Rosenstrike versus Christopher Dawkins. That one is going to be interesting. I think Jairzinho is probably going to win that fight. I think he's got a little bit more of a weight on his shoulders as far as pressing the UFC brass, and he's just got a lot of power, so I think he takes that. Let's see, who do we have with us today? Joe Makram. What's up, Joe Makram? Are you watching the fights right now? If you're watching the fights, you got Chris Curtis or Joaquin Buckley in this matchup? How's it going? A lot of leather slapping here. Let's see. Yeah, I think Jairzinho Rosenstrike takes that fight against Chris Dawkins. Raul Rosas Jr. I cannot talk today versus Jay Perrin. Buck. You got Buck? Okay. So far it looks really competitive. I think Curtis could totally win that fight. I think he's a little bit cleaner boxer, but you might be right. You're probably right. Are you a PS user? Who is you? I am a PS user, and my name is David. So right now we're just doing a live and we're talking about some of the fights, any investment opportunities as far as fighters who might have a low stock price that I think could possibly go up in the future, long term and short term if you're more into like day trading things. Are you currently signed up with Prediction Strike? But yeah, I think Raul Rosas Jr. is going to win tonight. His official UFC debut. He did win the Contender Series. I think he's like UFC's youngest official fighter. So you want to say he's 18 years old. That's Raul Rosas Jr. And he's really good. I think he's going to take that fight. So let's see. I'm the new cash cow. I'm the boy. Okay, you're the boy. I see you. I see you. Okay. Who are you invested in tonight? Oh, oh. Oh, your boy Joaquin has got clocked. Woo! That was swift. I looked away for 3 seconds for the new cash cow. Chris Curtis gets a technical knockout over Joaquin Buckley. So his stock is at 133 as of 2 minutes ago. We'll see where it goes. Chris does have hands, bro. I'm telling you, he's clean. He's really clean. Oh. Wow. Yeah, he puts himself in position. You are still the boy. I'll give you that. But I think Chris is just positionally, he's consistently in a good place. So that leaves more opportunities for his punches to land clean. Whereas Joaquin, probably a little stronger, a little more power, but not always positionally in the best place. Let's see. Anyways, before Chris really interrupted me, what I was talking about was Raul Rosas Jr., which he's the youngest fighter on the UFC roster. Yes, this is the official Prediction Strike channel. So we're trying to start doing more lives, fantasy picks. I'm the fight night guy, so I'm going to be doing more of the like UFC stuff, and hopefully we can get Wells on here for more of the football fantasy stuff, because that is not my area of expertise. So let's see. I want to see what Raw Rosas Jr.'s stock price is. So Raw's stock price, again, this is the 18-year-old UFC fighter. His stock price is $1.44 per share. He's got a record of 6 wins, 0 losses. I mean, he's a young kid. He's got a 1 knockout, 4 submissions, and I guess a decision win. So that is someone I would be looking into potentially for just a long-term investment or something, who I see is going to just be in the UFC for a long time. Obviously, he's 18 years old, so he's going to, I think, have a long career based on how good he is already. So that, I think, would be a really wise investment, just investing in Raul Rosas Jr. And by knockout, it's my boy, Action Man. That's the other boy right there. Let's see what Chris has to say on the microphone. I'm here with the Action Man, Chris Curtis. Chris, your boxing and your counters were always one of your biggest strengths. And he's got 17 wins by knockout. Beautiful, perfectly placed left hand.
Yeah, we had to, man. Joaquin's really fast, really explosive, good striker, man. He's just, 35, he's 28. You don't want to athletes like that.
35 years old. That's what I was talking about. So he's not like a spring chicken necessarily, but he he's got a really youthful spirit, and he just seems like he doesn't seem like a 35-year-old fighter. Bop. Woo. Okay. Who else is on here? Who we chatting with? I would like to know on the next fight or any of these next prelim fights, is anyone invested? We got Jargin. I cannot talk today. Jairzinho Rosenstrike, Christopher Dawkins, Raul Roses Jr., the 18-year-old versus Jay Perrin, Bryce Mitchell versus Ilya Topuria, Darren Till versus Dricus Duplessis, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Alex Morano, Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon, Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. Are you invested in any of these fighters? I want to know who you're invested in. Let's talk about it.
Nicely done on the mic.
Let's see.
They win, and we love him putting over our great staff at the UFC Performance Institute. Huge win for the Action Man tonight in Vegas. All right, coming up next, we will see it pushing the reset button. Produces the desired result for Edmund Shabazz.
But yeah, I think Jardine's taking that fight. Raw's winning. Bryce Mitchell versus Ilya Topuria. That's a really interesting fight. I talked about it a little bit on the Instagram. I did almost like just a little bit of an opinion piece on that. I think Ilya is the investment opportunity just because his stock price is, I think, is like $1.74, something like that. Whereas Bryce Mitchell's already at like $2.70. But these are both undefeated guys, both great grapplers. Ilya got the knock; he can knock anybody out. So, and Bryce is a pretty popular fighter already. So if Ilya goes in here, knocks out Bryce, and I mean that stock price is not going to stay at $1.74. I feel confident that it would go over $2, just off of performance. His demand is going to be high. He's going to be way more popular than he is right now. My dog making weird noises. Let's see. So yeah, but investment opportunity is Ilya for sure. The day trade opportunity there, I think, is Bryce. Even though I think Ilya is the long-term investment play, I think Bryce actually wins this fight is because he's got that grappling wrestling dog in him. He's at just under 2. I can see his stock price going up a little bit. Hi, my dog came to visit. Next fight up is Darren Till versus Dricus Duplessis. That's a tough one. Kind of similar to the last fight. Dricus is the long-term play just because I believe in his longevity. He's young, strong, lion heart. But Darren Till is an experienced guy. He was a star. He still is a star. But UFC was pushing him to be like the next big thing, years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And, he had a couple not downfalls. He just had a couple setbacks. But I think he is here to stay. He also just turned 30. I think he's 29. So that's the day trade play for me. So I think he's going to win tonight. But long-term play, Dricus Duplessis, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Alex Morano. I feel like Santiago is probably heading toward the end of his career. I think he's in his mid-30s. Just kind of up and down record. Alex Morano, kind of an overlooked guy. He's consistent. He always gets plugged in these little last-minute fights where like someone pulls out and he pops in, and he's good. He looks like a dude who stocks groceries at Ralph's, but the dude can fight. Like he has proved himself consistently. So that would be my long-term play. I think that sounds crazy, but I think Alex Morano would be the long-term there. Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. Paddy is popular. I mean, that if you let's just see what Paddy's stock price is right now. So I think his stock price is probably 239. So that's about, I guess, about where it should be. Like, he is popular, is above $2, but he's not super high price yet. I think he could be. It looks like the UFC is kind of setting him up for success. Not that you can fix fights in the UFC, but you can, place people in positions to win easier. And I think Paddy is just one of those guys. Like, he's getting that treatment. So right now, I think he is the long term and the short term play, just because he's going to be, moving up pretty quickly. Just for fun, I just want to see what Jared Gordon's stock price is. I'm going to do this for Jan and Magomed, and then I'm going to head off so I can watch the fights as well. So right now we've got Jared Gordon. Let's see, where you at? Jared Gordon. Oh, wow. Jared Gordon's stock price is less than $1 right now. That is not bad. That might be a good. I could see that being a good short-term play. Like, I think especially if he wins tonight, like, his stock price is gonna go up. Beating a really popular dude, and a lot of people are gonna get to know this guy. 85 cents a share. That's not bad. I'm not mad at that. Okay, Jared Gordon. So there's some value on both sides of that. All right, last fight, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. Jan Blachowicz is at $5.70. So he's already up there. He's been champion before. I think he's a great fighter. I think he can still win the championship. I'm not seeing a lot of growth opportunity there. Let's check Magomed Ankalaev, and he's at 540 as well. I think because of how good he is, I think there's a little bit more value in Magomed long term, just because he could hold on to that championship for a long time. He's just he's technical, he's tough, he's got power. He fights out of Russia / Dagestan, so I don't need to go on and on about whatever his wrestling credentials might be. Even if he doesn't have wrestling credentials, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. So I think a long-term play for this fight would be Magomed Ankalaev, because he has that, just all the skills. He's got the skills literally to pay the bills. That would be my long-term play there, Magomed Ankalaev. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here and just keep watching the fights. Thanks for tuning in, and be on the lookout. So we're going to do more of these lives, doing short-term, long-term picks, just talking about the fighters and getting to know everybody. So make sure you subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, download Prediction Strike, and stop betting on fights. Start investing in your favorite athletes. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Peace.
Don't give up. Don't ever give